What is going on, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and with Year 5 Season 2 right around the corner, my friends, many people out there, including myself, we are trying to farm for certain gear in the game, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, trying to perfect some of our favorite builds, because as of my recording and posting this video, we have no ideas yet what the incursion is going to be like, therefore we're not sure really what builds are going to be viable, so we're trying to perfect them all, and one build I strongly recommend putting together is a tank build that can withstand legendary content. Do I think that the incursion will be as tough as legendary? No, I do not, but I want to be prepared no matter what. And as you can see by the footage you're looking at, this thing can take an absolute beatdown, and this is something I mentioned in pretty much every legendary tank build I put together. My aim with a handgun is awful, so even if you have terrible aim like mine, thankfully this build does have incredible survivability, so if it happens to take you longer to take out an NPC, you should still be good. And as we jump into the build breakdown, if you do not have the Punch Drunk Mask or the Ninja Bike backpack, which are two items I am going to be highlighting, I recommend hitting up Countdown. And if you're going for the Ninja Bike, you want to set your targeted loot to backpacks, and for those of you that want the Punch Drunk, you want to set it to Douglas and Harding. Now at this point we are going to jump right into the build, and as always we're starting with the Specialization. You can see I'm using Technician. We're doing that for a few main reasons. First of all, you get that extra skill tier. Secondly, you get a 12% damage bonus to drone skill proxies and robotics, which you will run into all the time on Legendary. And not only that, the Specialization allows you to use the Artificer Hive. That is going to greatly help with your shield strength. And remember, for those of you that play solo, let's say you're just getting used to using that, you do not need to drop it. When it's holstered, it will still help your character. Now, because on this build I'm using the Bulwark Shield, it does mean that my handgun is going to be my primary weapon, so these first two weapons, in my opinion, you can put anything you want here that you like using. For me, I'm using Dark Winter and Rock and Roll Shotgun, but as far as the handgun, I happen to be using the Liberty Pistol. That's the best one I have in my inventory. If you have the Regulus, you could use that. You could also use a D50 with the talent Determined or Close and Personal. However, getting back to the Liberty, the reason I love this thing is because of its talent, Liberty or Death. Hits grant 2% weapon damage, stacks up to 30 times. Headshots consume all stacks, repairing your shield 3% per stack. Moving on to the gear itself, you can see I'm using one Douglas and Harding, one Brazos, and 3 of the Foundry Bulwark, and also the Ninja Bike backpack, which is where we're going to begin. Now, I know most of you know how this works, but for those of you that may not, you can see it has a talent Resourceful. It slots in with any equipped gear set and or brand set item to fulfill a requirement towards unlocking a gear set's bonus. Can unlock bonuses from multiple sets simultaneously. And you can also see one of the other benefits of this bag is that it has that weapon core, that armor core, and skill tier as well, just like the Memento. So again, you can pick and choose. You do have a few options. Now we make our way to the mask, and again, it's the name Douglas and Harding Punch Drunk. And because of the Ninja Bike, we are getting 2 of those brand set bonuses. They are 20% pistol damage and 20% stability, and the Punch Drunk also has 20% headshot damage. That comes standard. So as I said before, this is a must-have, and I definitely recommend picking one up. Moving on to the body armor, it's the first of 3 pieces of Foundry, but again, because of the Ninja Bike, we do get all 4 gear set bonuses. They are 10% total armor, 1% armor regen, 50% shield health, and 4 pieces makeshift repairs. And with that talent, whenever you or your shield take damage, 20% of that amount is repaired to both over 15 seconds, but because we're wearing the Foundry chest, it's actually going to give us the talent Improved Materials, which increases makeshift repairs from 20% to 30%, so for those of you who are just getting used to a legendary build, I definitely recommend using this chest piece. That now brings us to the holster, my fellow agents. You can see we are using the Picaros holster. It's the one piece of Brazos, but again, with the Ninja Bike, we get that 10% skill haste and extra skill tier as well. And what's great about this holster is that it also gives you those 3 core attributes. You have that skill tier, you have the armor core, and it comes standard with 15% weapon damage as well. That now, my friends, brings us to the knee pads and the gloves. And as you can see, they are the final 2 pieces of the Foundry gear set, and on all of these pieces I'm trying to stack either armor regen or protection from elites everywhere I can. Now for those of you that do not have any of the items I mentioned, and they are the Punch Drunk Mask, Picaros holster, or the Ninja Bike, I'm going to leave a link to another legendary tank build I put out a while back. It has none of those pieces but can still get the job done. Most of you know by now that one of my favorite aspects about putting these build videos together is the family that we have here at the channel. So as always, if you have any tips or tricks you want to pass along to new and returning players, please let me know, as the main goal is to help out as many people as we can. Now, for those of you out there who are just getting used to legendary difficulty, 2 recommendations I want to pass along. First of all, try everything out in the summit first. It is much easier than strongholds. And secondly, just really focus on keeping the shield between you and the NPCs. Try not to get flanked. You should be good to go. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please let me know. That is going to do it for this video, my friends. I will leave you with some gameplay footage, because what's the point of telling you about a build if you do not see it in action? But again, I save it to the end. That way, if you want to bail, you totally can. You know how much I appreciate the privilege of your time, and as I mention at the end of every one of these, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well. But most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.